What it be, what it be, what it do to do. It's your host Dave with the Dave and Blue Show. Tell your mama, your cousin, and your bro to like, share, and subscribe to the Dave and Blue Show. We lit. Yeah. Alright, so we got cooked. the Michigan the Michigan Wolverines get absolutely trounced by the USC Trojans 31-13 in beautiful Los Angeles, California, in the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. And yeah, I was dead wrong on everything. We got smoked in every aspect. Run game, pass game, rush defense, pass defense. There were like no adjustments made that were really going to benefit us at all. I don't know what happened. We just absolutely got torched. Shout out to Lincoln Riley. Shout out to D'Anton Lynn. Shout out to Mayava. Shout out to Makai Lemon. Shout out to I think the running back name was King Miller. I think it was their freshman running back King Miller. He had like 160 rushing yards on us, something crazy. Yeah, you couldn't. If you would have told me last week that USC was gonna run for 160 plus rushing yards on us, I wouldn't have believed you. If you would have told me that if you would have just told me without telling me the score that Jordan Mayava only would have had 263 passing yards, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception, I might have thought we would have won the game. So, but nonetheless, that's not what happened. We lost. It was a tough game to watch. It was hard to watch. We were just getting blown out in almost every aspect of the game. They had a backup field goal kicker in there hitting a career-long 54-yard kick on us. We went down in the first quarter immediately. First drive like normal. For whatever reason, we just gift the other team the touchdown because why not? Why play defense to start the game off, right? Immediately down 7-0. I figured that we'd be able to score right back on them because, like I thought, and I thought wrong apparently, I thought that their defense was not that good, but their defense was pretty good. They were the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. Their offense too. I thought we would have been able to run on them, but our offensive line was getting torched. We got Justice Haynes hurt because we just kept running him and didn't give him a break for the whole first 2 or 3 drives. I think he ran on multiple drives without subbing in Marshall, and then Haynes gets hit low and injures his ribs, I think. So, and he came out and he never came back into the game. So that was a big deal because Marshall's a good runner, but Marshall doesn't have that breakaway speed. And there were at least 2 runs I saw where had that been Haynes in and healthy, those are possibly touchdowns or at least longer runs than they were. Now, Marshall didn't do poorly. It's just by the time that Marshall really got going, we were already in a situation where we just should have been passing the ball nonstop to try and get downfield. Yeah. What is the bright side of this game? Andrew Marsh. Andrew Marsh is a playmaker. He's a baller. I'm so glad they decided they put him in the starting unit now because he doesn't drop passes. He dropped the 1 pass, but it was also just a great play by the defender. But he had about a 70-something or 60-something yard touchdown. Beautiful play. It was kind of a garbage time touchdown because I think the score might have been 24-13 at that point. And then we tried to go for 2 after instead of kicking the field goal. I mean, the extra point, which I don't understand why we did that. I mean, obviously, hindsight's 2020, and it's like if we had gotten the 2-point conversion, everyone would have been like, okay, we have a shot, but we didn't get the 2-point conversion because Bryce Underwood he didn't put enough air under the pass. The pass was to the right spot in the end zone to McCulley on the 2-point conversion, but he kind of darted it essentially because he lobbed it, but the lob was it was fast though. So I don't think he put enough air under it for McCulley to be able to go up and get it and to get the 2-point conversion. Also, it looked like, from watching it, it looked like he could have scrambled and just ran in for the 2-point conversion too, but he didn't. So there's that. But, I mean, let's see. Bryce Underwood had, I think, 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The interception was pretty bad. Yeah. It was, let's see. The interception was, he had 207 pass yards, 15 completions on 24 attempts, 2 passing touchdowns and 1 interception. The interception, apparently, I have to go back. I don't want to, but I may have to go back and watch the highlights. I think from what I've heard, the interception he threw, he had 3 open receivers on that play, but I think in his mind he was going to McCulley regardless of what happened. And he threw it into double coverage and just picked off because McCulley was getting held and he got spun around and he wasn't even in a spot to be able to reach out for the ball at all because he couldn't locate it because he was getting grabbed and spun around by the defensive back. So it's pass interference, I think, but they didn't call it. And the ball just sails straight to the safety. Safety catches it, takes a knee, and interception. So, yeah. It was just a rough game. It was a terribly, terribly rough game to watch. We gave up 220 rushing yards to them. We gave up 263 passing yards and 2 touchdowns to Maeva. And there were just no adjustments made defensively. The defensive backs were in soft, deep zones the entire game, and all USC was doing was picking us apart with screen passes and short routes and quick throws to the flat or quick throws across the middle, just darts, just short little passes, and we're just giving Mekhi Lemon, one of the best receivers in the country, 10 yards of space on every route, and he can just catch it and turn and run before he gets tackled. Every single play, it felt like the defense was in a zone and they were just far back, and these receivers could just run up 5 yards, turn and catch, get another 7 or 8 yards because we can't tackle now. So, 31-13 was the final score, and my prediction was Michigan 35, USC 24. So, I mean, it pretty much flipped. Yeah. Hey. It's tough. Cold world. But, so that game was horrendous. That was rough. Yeah, the only bright side really was Andrew Marsh. Bryce really didn't play that bad outside of that interception. And our rushing game was not good either. Let's see what the rushing attack was. Rushing stats were, let's see, Michigan. We ran for like 137 rushing yards. That is unfortunate. We let a freshman walk-on, King Miller, run for 158 yards on us. I'm pretty sure the announcer said he was their third-string running back, and he torched us. Counter, gone. Counter, delay. Just gone. Just, here you go. Wide open lanes. It was sad. And then we let their fourth-string running back get a 30-yard touchdown run just straight down the middle. I mean, come on. Yeah. I couldn't record this last night because I was just too upset. Just a little bit frustrated. So we're talking about it today. But hey. Oof. Shout out USC. Shout out USC Trojans, man. Because they beat the brakes off of us. And now we're unranked. I didn't think we should be unranked. I feel like we could have been 23rd through 25th, somewhere in there, but that's neither here nor there, I guess, because Oklahoma lost badly against Texas, and we didn't beat USC. Now we're unranked, so we are now 4-2, unranked, and it feels eerily similar to last year, essentially. And that was the one fear I had that I wasn't thinking about, that subconsciously I had, was that this year might turn out to be just a slightly better version of last year. And that's... I'm forever the optimist, so I'm not really going to be one that comes in with doom and gloom, but that fear was always there in the back of my mind, but I never thought about it until it just hit me last night. Like, this is just kind of the same as last year, minus the defensive line being actually elite. And so our defense is worse now. Yeah, that's two. Our two losses are against two really good offenses, and our defense is just getting cooked. So the defensive line, the interior defensive line again, gets no pressure. And yesterday we didn't even stop the run. Normally we at least stop the run. Now we can't even stop the run. Subbing in multiple different defensive ends. I'm going to have to go back and watch it, and I could be wrong, but it feels like Jayshon Barham and Derek Moore are only in for a few plays at a time, and then they're taken out for a long time. It could just be me, but I feel like I've been seeing that nonstop. It's like a lot of Dominic Nichols, which there's nothing really wrong with that, but a lot of Nichols and Cam Brandt a lot of the time. A lot of the time. I saw Nate Marshall out there too, and these guys, I mean, they're good, but they didn't get any pressure. None of the defensive ends really affected the game yesterday. And the linebackers are just getting cooked. I mean, Jimmy Rolder, Ernest Hausman, like, guys, what are we doing? First quarter, Jimmy Rolder hits their tight end instead of going for the ball, because the ball gets tipped up in the air, but he's trying to get a kill shot hit instead of looking for the football. What are we doing? And then we got 2 turnovers, right? The problem is when we didn't force those turnovers, really. I mean, Jair Hill got a great hit on their tight end, but if he doesn't hit them, their tight end is running free within the 15-yard line and heading into the end zone. If Jair Hill doesn't get that hit, dude's gonna get, maybe, I don't know if he would have scored, but he might have scored. He looked like he was gonna walk into the end zone. Jair Hill hits him and he fumbles and we get the ball back. But it's like, you can't just let the offense get down in the red zone and then just magically get a turnover and think that's going to be sustainable. Because both of our turnovers came from around the same spot. Both of our turnovers were there driving within our red zone, and we just happened to get the turnover. It's not like we were doing anything defensively to really stop them the entire game. And this might just be me, but that seems like the first time I've seen us play so poorly in the second half defensively within the last 2-3 years. That was horrible. I mean, there's no other way to look at it. It's just a rough game. No adjustments made defensively, and we're still just blitzing when USC is just getting the ball out quicker than you can blitz them. That was their whole plan. And we're still trying to blitz and still trying to get home. We got cooked on screen passes. It's like, and we still had the zone. Just rough, man. Just rough. Yeah. So, hey, we got Washington this week. Well, hopefully the injury report isn't crazy. Justice Haynes got hurt, so I hope he's not out for too long. But if he got hit in the ribs or something like that, then, I mean, I don't know how that seems. That seems like it's not just I'm back and playing next week type of thing. So we'll see if Justice Haynes is even able to go this week. Yeah, offensive line looked bad, defensive line looked bad. MVPs of the game. What's the name? Andrew Marsh. Andrew Marsh gets offensive MVP, defensive MVP. Jair Hill and Zeke Berry get co-defensive MVPs because Jair Hill, there was an offensive pass interference where Jacoby Lane scored. He just grabbed Jair Hill, tossed him to the side, and ran a slant, and they didn't call offensive pass interference there. And he literally grabs him and tosses him to the side. It's like, I don't know. But Jair Hill forced a fumble, and then Zeke Berry got the interception show. Yeah, shout out to them. But Andrew Marsh actually did really well. And for the most part, I mean, there were some bad throws here and there, but Bryce did pretty well too. The interception, you can't do that. You can't make that mistake. There's open people, just check down throw the check down, or I mean, you got open people, you got to look for them, dude. But yeah, it was a rough game. Hey, we'll see. We got Washington coming up this week, so now we are unranked and we gotta win out pretty much to even consider the playoff, which we'll be blessed. After looking at that game last night, we'll be blessed if we win out, because 9-3 apparently is is gonna be possibly the best outcome we can look for. After watching that last night, man, I know. Oh my gosh, I know Ohio State is looking like, oh, yeah, we're gonna fry them, because that was pitiful, man. At least last year our defense looked elite. This year the defenses looked okay, and then now it looked like the bottom fell out that game. So, and if USC was doing that, I mean, now granted, Maia was a much better quarterback than Julian Sand, but still, you don't really even have to be a great quarterback to be good at Ohio State, because they have demigod receivers every year. So we'll see though. But yeah. Tell your mama, your cousin, your bro to like, share, and subscribe to the Dave and Blue Show. We lit. Yeah. Go Blue.